What's up, guys? We're back out here today. In the last video, we laid this front and this side over here, and I did want to mention that this rock is super strong. The way we're doing it, we're laying all our rocks down flat, and that just helps with your structure. This is actually our first time doing rocks like this, like for structure.
Yes, sir.
But the way we're doing it, it's super strong. As you can see, you can walk on it, and there's quite a bit of mortar, but that's one of the things that makes it so strong.
Right. We wanted to make sure that we had plenty of mortar to our foundation. That way it's never going to move at all. It's all like one solid
Right. We're building this thing to basically withstand anything.
Yes,
we want it to be strong where nothing is ever going to tear it down or break it or anything like that.
Yes, sir.
But the first thing we got to do is go down there and mix up some mortar so we can continue laying these rocks out and get this all completely level.
All right, we're back down here. We got this mortar mixed up. We're going to get straight to work. Shoot, look at that. What are you doing there, man?
Yes, sir. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making sure that all my mortar lines are smoothed out. I mean, as smooth as you want on basically just however you want it to look. Some people like it completely smooth. Some people like the more like rough look. We're going to get ours pretty smooth.
Yeah, for us, also, this is just the foundation here.
Right.
Up to that string line there is all going to be covered with dirt inside anyway. So.
Right. So pretty much just the outside is what we're working on right now. Just trying to get the part that's going to be above the dirt just where it looks decent.
Right.
And make sure that there's mortar in all the cracks where there's no through holes.
Right.
All the way through your rocks, basically.
Yes, sir. Especially on your walls, you want to be sure that you have it all completely sealed off.
And that just helps with strength, and like it's going to help with your insulation value and all that.
Right. Yes, sir. But this is looking good so far, guys.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And so far, we've got a whole bunch of big rocks on this back end.
Oh, yeah.
So that helps us a lot with like the structural integrity of it.
Right.
Helps it be real strong when you got a rock like this size right here.
Yeah.
Setting, and all your weight's going to be on that rock.
And then we have a huge one here, a huge one there.
Right.
Basically, all
big
the bottom
boulders
ones
down there
are big, and then the corners and stuff like that. We just wanted to make sure we get the biggest rocks or the biggest boulders on the bottom.
And then you want to make sure you have plenty of mortar where you're not rocking, and you just fill in. I mean, it's pretty straightforward process. I mean, we're not professionals at it at all.
Right.
We haven't done much of it, but what little bit we have done and what research we have done, this is the way we're doing it. And it's working for us. So
yes, sir.
We're just going to keep on trekking. Chewy, man, look at that.
Yes, sir.
That's a good progress right there. We got the whole back wall built up and level. And now all we got is one more wall to do. And then we can start backfilling with dirt. But we did run out of mortar, so we got to run and get some. So we're going to catch you guys in the morning. We're back out here this morning. Yesterday we got that back wall pretty much done. We got to fill in a couple areas to get it completely level. And then we're going to come over here to this side and get it completely level. And then the next thing we'll be doing is backfilling this with dirt and get ready for our floor. But the first thing we gotta do is go down there and mix up some mortar. So we kind of changed our plans on the cabin just a little bit. Whenever we get this foundation completely level, it's just gonna be real in and out because we're using quite a few big rocks on this backside.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is, once we get these walls completely up to 7 foot where we want them, we're gonna take and lay rock upways on the
Up
outside,
and down, right? Instead of laying them flat.
Instead of laying them flat, we'll lay them up and down where you can get a more finished look on the outside of the cabin.
Right.
And then we're going to take on the inside and stucco it where it's completely smooth on the inside.
It'll be way more finished out instead of just a rough rock look.
Right. That'll just help us with the not having to worry so much about what this looks like. This will just be for structure.
Right.
So as long as it's strong, this will be perfectly fine. And then whenever we add that other layer of rock, all it's going to do is help the structure.
Right. It'll be like a siding, a rock siding,
right.
pretty much.
And you'll do it the same way you would like a house. You'll have
right.
a backer behind it,
yeah.
so you can rock up and down. And it's not necessarily for structure, but it'll help it.
Yeah.
And it'll also help like the insulation value and stuff. We got some mortar mixed up and brought down here. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get this back wall completely leveled up. There's a couple spots we got to fill in. And then we're going to start on that last side wall over there. And then all we got to do is start backfilling.
Shoo-wee, man, this thing's coming along.
Yes, sir.
Got this back wall completely done. That side wall's almost done. We're all the way down to here. We just got a little
more
bit.
rocks right here, and we'll have this thing, I mean, as level as we want it. We're gonna come in and backfill now.
Yep.
Once we get this done, we'll backfill all this with dirt.
Yes, sir.
And then start laying our flooring over the top. That'll all probably be in the next video though, but
yes, sir.
It's coming right along. I'm really happy with the progress we're making.
Right.
And like we said, the looks of the rock don't really matter because we changed our mind on it. So we're going to be doing an outside layer of rock flat and getting that completely finished out.
Yes, sir.
And just making it look real good. So this is just going to be for structure. So we're piling on the mortar, making sure we use big enough rocks. Right. And it's going to be strong, strong, strong because we want this thing to be here hundreds and hundreds of years from now.
Yes, sir.
Shoo-wee, man. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
We got a perfectly level, complete foundation for our cabin. That's a big step, completely done.
Yes, sir.
We pretty much picked our rock pile clean, as you can see there.
Yep.
So we're probably going to have, I'd say like 3 or 4 times what we had there.
Yeah.
To completely finish this. But I'm super proud of this progress. This is a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, rocking isn't easy. Anybody that says it easy ain't ever done it. I'll say that.
Right.
It's a lot of work. But the next thing we're going to be doing is getting dirt from around our pond and filling all this in and getting it completely level on the inside. And then we're going to have to go find a bunch of flat rocks that are about the same width. And we're going to do a whole floor over this entire foundation.
Right. So that way you want them all the same thickness.
Right. Just so you don't have a bunch of up and downs in your floor.
Right.
And we are going to get dirt in here where we can tap them down in there to get them level if we need to.
Right. They ain't got to be exactly perfect, but you want them close. That way you don't have to do too much digging out, and you know what I mean?
Right. Filling in, digging out. We want it to be pretty smooth floor.
Yes,
it's not going to be perfect because it's rock, but
yeah,
we want it to be pretty good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up from there 7 foot on top of that all the way around. And then we're going to take and rock, like I said before, on the whole outside. So it's going to be a long process, but once we get this thing done, it's going to last forever.
And you want to tell them about the door, how we're going to do that?
Yes, sir. So what we're going to be doing on the door and the windows, we're going to put angle iron above them just to
Right.
bridge that gap in between your rock,
Yes, sir.
basically. Because we do have some rocks that are long enough, but the thing about that is if that ever just gives and cracks, then you just got a whole issue because all your rocks on top of that are just going to come crumbling down.
Yes, sir.
So we're wanting to go ahead. We have some angle iron sitting around, so we're just going to go ahead and use that above the door and window just to help us where we don't ever have to worry about that ever coming down on us, because we're wanting this thing to last hundreds of years, like I said before.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today's video. Make sure you guys stick around, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Stay tuned for this ultimate bug out cabin build. We'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, guys, so we just want to come on here and kind of explain about the thumbnail. So a little over 2 years ago, I was out cutting logs with my dad, and a tree slipped whenever I cut it, started falling back towards me, and whenever I ran away, I let the chainsaw go, and it ended up cutting my leg right here and then cutting my left shin. So right by my knee, I got a pretty bad cut, and I had about 60 stitches in my right leg and then about 20 in my left shin. So total about 80 stitches, so it was pretty bad, but we really just wanted to come on here and explain that so you guys know what the thumbnail is all about.